Hello everybody and welcome back to another trip report. Today I'm here at Melbourne International Airport at Terminal 3 and today I'm going to be flying on Virgin Australia from here in Melbourne up to Sydney in New South Wales on board a Boeing 737. Now here inside the terminal and it is absolutely packed here. The Grand Prix is currently on here in Melbourne, so that is contributing, but I have not seen the airport this packed since pre-COVID. Anyways, let's go and check in, I guess. It's so busy here, and barely any self-checking kiosks around, but the touchscreens are very responsive, so that's a good thing. Check-in completed relatively quickly. Now we just got to wait in a very, very long line to drop our bags. Finally, check-in's complete. It was long and very painful. The machines are very temperamental. Anyways, just going to head over here and I will attempt to get some food, but it looks very busy. Now going down the escalators to security, just got a croissant and chai latte at the very busy Terminal 3 cafe, which was next to McDonald's. I'm not too sure what it was called though. Surprisingly, security is very, very quiet. So yeah, anyways, let's go through security. Boarding actually has already started, despite being a lot earlier than scheduled, as always with Virgin. Here's our plane for today. This is VH-YFW. It's a 2016 built and delivered Boeing 737-800 delivered brand new to Virgin Australia. By the way, security was pretty fast, only because there weren't many people though. Interesting, they didn't have many trays to put your bags on, so that was definitely something that I found of interest.
Guests travelling to Sydney on flight VH-YFW, the scheduled 8 o'clock service.
Hello, I'm not too bad, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
It's good.
Amazing.
Now let's board. Hi.
Hello. We're 18 today, darling.
Thank you. Economy class is in a 3-3 layout as per normal on this aircraft. Business class is in a 2-2 layout with 8 seats. My seat for today is 18A. Okay, here we are. This is seat 18A. Now that I'm here in my seat with my seatbelt fastened, let's go through the seat features of the Virgin 737. Seat 18A. So just here, legroom is it's fine. It's decent. Surprisingly, it is better than Qantas. It's just standard legroom for a 737 really, but it's certainly acceptable for a flight like this. And then you have a seat pocket for your personal items here, safety instructions card, then mid-air menu, as well as a sick bag. And then the tray table here, it's a little bit cracked, and it looks pretty clean, very clean. That's a stain, it's not actual stuff, so that's very good, which I would expect since this is this plane's first flight of the day. And then the headrest is adjustable up and down as well, and that's working very nicely, and it's also pretty comfy, as goes for the seat. So overall, this seat is perfectly fine, and I would actually say pretty good. it is now time for pushback. Right on time.
Still in use. Thank you.
Welcome aboard. They are mandatory, so thanks for wearing yours. Just make sure it covers your nose and mouth and that you keep it on throughout the flight. If you do forget, we'll give you a gentle reminder. Next, it won't inflate.
It's nice to see Virgin have updated their safety instructions to say to remove your face mask. Also, this plane does have updated in-flight entertainment, so you now use the entertainment on your web browser as opposed to having to use the app.
The strap around your waist. Clip together and pull the strap to tighten. Once you're outside the aircraft, pull down on the toggles to inflate.
Today, temperature expected
Currently just sitting on the ground here, having a bit of technical troubles, getting the airplane started up and something like that. I don't know exactly what's going on, but some technical problem, which is causing a delay.
Travel, hopefully we can get you underway to Sydney as soon as possible.
Well, it would appear that the aircraft is not suitable for flight, so we're going to have to return to the gate, which is a small problem, since something I mentioned earlier is I do have a connecting international flight in Sydney. Anyways, this will be interesting. Let's see what happens here. The captain just came on and announced that, so basically we're just going to sit on the ground here and they're hoping to be able to fix whatever the issue is. And then still be underway relatively shortly. Still an unwelcome delay. Pilot's just announced that we're just going to do an engine test, which I've never been through before. So it sounds like we're just having technical issues with the engine, so we're going to have to test to make sure that's working or something along those lines. But we have been asked to stay seated. Virgin Australia app has just notified me that the new departure time is 8:50, so that will mean 50 minutes late, and I should make my connection in Sydney. By the way, that flight from Sydney internationally, I'm not going to spoil what it is in case it's not, but it should be out by now. We're now just running the engine test. I think the engine test is completed as the engine is now turned off.
The issue's been resolved. I'm just going to finalise the paperwork that's accompanying that. Once that's done, we'll be underway in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Thanks for your patience.
Seatbelt sign has been turned on.
Finally, the cabin door's been closed, and I think we should be pushing back very shortly. Finally now pushing back for Sydney once again. Hopefully we can actually get in the air this time. I must say, I don't think it's 100% necessary, but something that I would have appreciated and would have been a bit nice is just a glass of water or something, because it's quite hot here on the ground during that delay, but that's fine. I'm not really complaining, I'm just saying that would have been a bonus. It would appear that we are finally getting on our way to the runway, and you can most certainly tell but the pilots are trying to get there, or try and make up as much time as they can. Luckily, taxi to the runway, it should not be too long. Passing through 36,000 feet. Camera crew have kindly come around and handed me a glass of water, or cup of water. Now you can get tea and coffee, also complimentary, but I just didn't really feel like that today. And then everything else that you could buy is on here. I will go through the in-flight entertainment a bit later also. Okay, so here on my phone, you can see this is the Virgin Australia in-flight entertainment system. Now on the web browser, which is interesting. So here's all the information, as you can see, arriving at 10 o'clock exactly, which is pretty good considering how late we left. 19 minutes left. We're cruising at an altitude of 37,000 feet, and that's about it, I think. Also, I don't know what's going on with it, with that date. It's actually the 9th of April, not the 8th. So that's something they need to work on. Now, how do I get out of this? So it appears that you just have to go back to another tab to get back here. But yeah, anyways, I've showed it before, so I'm just going to have a quick look at the movies. They certainly have plenty of options, and you should be able to find at least one thing that you want to watch, so you should be okay for a good few hour flight. Cabin crew just came around and took some rubbish. It would appear that we have just started descending as well. But yeah, for the most part, this is for all of the movies and stuff. They have kids, TV and movies, podcasts, books to read to. You can also just have a quick look at the menu, but nothing special really. Yeah, that's about it for the in-flight entertainment on this aircraft. For a flight like this, it's definitely not too bad considering you don't pay as much as you do for Qantas, because on Qantas you do get free Wi-Fi.
The flight deck, the crew and the company apologies for our delayed departure out of Melbourne, but safety is always our priority, and we returned again to get some further checks, and they were safely completed. That's all behind us now. We're descending down. We've tried to make up some time here where possible. We do understand that we're behind schedule for you, and we do sincerely apologise that this has inconvenienced your day. On the gate at 10 minutes past 10 in Sydney, the weather conditions, chances of light showers of rain in the area. It's 22 degrees at the moment. On behalf of the captain, managing crew, everyone at Virgin Australia, thank you for flying with us today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend ahead.
We did just go through some clouds and experience a bit of minor turbulence. Should be arriving in about 3 to 4 minutes. Actually, probably 4 or 5 by the time we make the approach pattern. We just had a pretty major. We actually we bounced up quite a bit and then fell down again. So it wasn't particularly comfortable. But we are now through the clouds here in cloudy and a bit rainy Sydney. Should be starting our approach shortly. We're getting a pretty scenic approach here. Trying to remember what runway we're landing on. I think we're landing on 16 right or left. Sorry, 32 right or left.
Welcome to Sydney, where local time is 8 minutes past 10. The weather outside is 22 degrees.
Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross check.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for flying with us tonight. Have a good day.
Here's the business class.
See you later.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for flying with us.
And here we are in Sydney. So here we are at Sydney Kingston Smith International Airport, Terminal 2. Now, I think it's about time for me to conclude today's trip report. I'd like to say the terminal at Terminal 3 in Melbourne, it's fine, but it cannot handle very well the extreme amount of passengers that were there today. So that was just all right. Definitely could do with an expansion, though it would be a bit hard to do that unless you add another floor because of the way Melbourne Airport has its layout. And then boarding and the getting on the plane, well, that's a complete disaster because of the delay. It was really annoying, but I mean, at least they're keeping us safe, if you know what I mean. But yeah, and then the in-flight service, I've said it before in other trip reports, I think even just like one cookie or something would be all that is necessary to keep it up with its competitors. Overall, I'd say that delay is probably quite rare. So I would say overall, Virgin Australia is a pretty good option, and especially since they have a lot more times than Rex, is good. But if you can get Rex, I would suggest doing that instead of Virgin. However, Rex only do 4 flights a day, whereas Virgin do over a dozen. But yeah. Anyways, thank you all for watching this video. Like and subscription if you enjoyed would be very much appreciated, but of course you don't have to. Check out my community page for polls and website for information on upcoming flights. But yeah. Anyways, have a great day. I've got to go and get to the international terminal, and I hope to see you in my next video.